Well, Nichole, thank you so much for joining me for coffee today, and just to share who you are. I've loved the past couple months, like getting to know you, getting to know your story. You're an incredible woman, so I cannot wait for more of my friends to get to meet you and be a part of your journey. So to kick it off, like, who's Nichole?
Well, I think Nichole has worn a lot of hats the past couple of years. Going from, graduating high school, doing missions, coming back, going to college, and now I'm doing an internship at a little baby satellite campus for Central.
Yay!
So it's one of the things. So, yeah, that's basically the main hat that I wear now. Other than that, I love what I get to do. I really like people. I like talking to people. If I could live anywhere in the world, though, I would probably live in Ghana.
Yes.
Because that's where I used to live a little bit.
I love it.
So,
and that was on your mission?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I think I incorporated it in everything I talk about, honestly.
Hey, I love that. That's so cool. You have such an adventurous life. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I think it goes really well with my personality. I think God really knew what He was doing. Because if I could, I'd walk around barefoot all the time. I shower twice a week. It's kind of gross to some people, but I think it's great.
Conserving energy.
Yeah, and water.
Yeah.
I've seen how needed that is. No, that's not why. But I like to wear dresses and skirts. I like to pick flowers. Pretty simple. Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, what's your favorite flavor?
Oh man, actually, I have a thing. I like to go to Cold Stone and get vanilla ice cream and bananas, peanut butter, and almonds.
That sounds delicious. Oh my goodness.
It's my new flavor.
That sounds great. I have to try that. That's so good. I love it. I love it. Thanks for sharing a little bit about you, what you like, and you talked a lot about your missions and all the hats you've worn. So what, if you could give us an overview of your story, like what are the threads that make you who you are today?
Well, being a missionary or doing anything in ministry was the last thing I ever thought that I would ever do. Because I grew up in a Christian home. My family was very secular. They believed in Jesus, but because everyone in their family for 5 million years had,
Right.
Nothing special. I had a normal childhood. I got everything really that I needed. Nothing was hard. But when I was 13, I got put in a foster care system. And I think that had more of an impact on my life than I could have ever imagined. Obviously in really bad ways, but really good ways. There was a lot of drug abuse in my home and physical abuse and mental abuse. But my dad, my mom, and my sister and I lived in one house. I got removed when my sister didn't. So that was kind of a hard thing, but there was a lot of just, it was really just a toxic place. So, the Department of Children and Families did move me out. They moved me with my aunt and uncle after 2.5 years of kind of couch surfing, which I think is really pertinent now based on how I like to live my life. I want one tub of my belongings, and it just makes me feel good. But in those moments, it was awful. But I moved out here to Nevada with my aunt and uncle when I had just turned 16, and I found a friend, and she was a pastor's daughter. She invited me to church camp, church camp. Yeah, right. And I was like, okay, I'll go to camp. I think Jesus is a great person. So safe to say, I gave my life to Jesus there, and it was actually kind of an interesting thing that could have either hindered and taken away my faith or kickstarted it. But the day that I gave my life to Jesus, my sister passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, she had overdosed on drugs, and I think that gave me a really cool perspective on what God was actually saving me from. But so I had gotten super involved in church. I wanted to just really change everything about the life I used to live. It's all the stuff that happened. I was also really awful. I would party all the time. I would get in fights. I was a really angry little kid. And it was just a bad place, but God really transformed my life in a year. And I graduated high school at 17, and then a month later I was in Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah.
So cool.
I was like, oh. So I was there for 6 months. Fell in love with it, fell in love with missions, knew that that was something that was a call in my life. I don't know what it means yet. Then 6 months after I first went to Ghana, so then a month after I got home, another 6 months, I was in Oregon and Alaska on a counseling mission trip.
So cool.
So that was
so
my
cool.
mission year. So then a year home and now here.
Wow, that's incredible. And to watch like how you've journeyed through each stage, each season, but you've been using those as catalysts to where you are today. That's really cool. And just to see how you're embracing those parts of your story, it's very encouraging. So if you were sitting across from another woman on her own becoming journey, having coffee, like what we're doing right now, what would you say to encourage her?
I think that I would just tell her that it doesn't really matter, like what people have done to her, what she's done to herself, the things that people have said to her. Like, she matters so much, and I think what makes me so passionate about wanting to tell people that, and especially like women, is because I think a lot of like a strength through my life is like my parents, they like abandoned me, like I didn't matter to them. And as much as that's like a bummer, like it's true. Like the relationships I was in, that whole message of like you don't matter,
Yeah.
But I see it throughout the Bible. I see it throughout my life. I see it through every single life that I meet. That God never uses people that are shiny, beautiful, and awesome all the time.
Right.
I think some of the most impactful people have been the ones that have been scraped up, beat up, and even if it's not something as like dramatic as like abuse or anything, it could be insecurity,
Right.
it could be just like low self-esteem, people pleasing, like it's all messy, but how much value that everybody has.
Right. Right.
Even if they don't believe, which is the crazy part, God says like you were so valuable to me that I was going to die for you, even if you still cussed all the time, drank all the time, slept around, like it doesn't matter to me. So even in the midst of that, I think just the one thing I want to say is just you matter so much more than you could ever realize. If the God of the universe can come down and be like, you still are in the middle of kind of doing your own thing, and you can do your own thing for the rest of your life to the very end, and you still matter to the very end. So
I love that.
I love that.
That's huge. That's something I need to hear, that I know all of our BecomingMeTV ladies need to hear. That's huge. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. And thanks for sharing your story, who you are, who you're becoming. I love journeying with you, and I cannot wait to continue to journey with you as you continue to become who God made you to be. So thank you for all of you. Make sure you follow Nichole on Instagram. Follow her journey, get to know her more. I know you're going to have tons of more adventures coming up. I'm excited to see where you go next. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.